Hi ladies, so in this video I'll be telling you why Dr. Bora is not a doctor but a businessman. So if you are subscribed to my channel, you know how much I admire and brag about Dr. Bora and his ethnic rhinoplasty. So anything that I say in this video is 100% the truth. It took me to go to Turkey to find out this information. So it's very important that I share this information with you guys because I know you are looking to go to Turkey to have surgery by Dr. Bora. So this is a warning video.
Warning, warning, warning.
So if you've been watching my Surgery Friday videos every Friday, you would know that I lost my luggage and $6,000 happened to be in my luggage that I was going to use to pay for my ethnic rhinoplasty. So it is currently surgery day and I am sitting in the hospital room. So I have no money to pay these people, and these people know I don't have any money to pay them. So I end up getting a text from Dr. Bora assistant, and she suggests that I pay using a credit card. And I explained to her that I do have a credit card, but there is only $2,000 on my credit card plus the 10% fee that they charge to use a card. So she then suggests that I ask my parents for money. Now, if you watched the first episode of the Surgery Friday videos, you will know that nobody knows I was in Turkey to have surgery. So asking for $5,000 out of nowhere and not having no valid reason will kind of be suspect or weird, and like they will be very curious to know like what's going on, like am I being held hostage or something. But unfortunately I had no choice. So just before I was gonna text my brother to send me some money, Dr. Bora walks in. When Dr. Bora walks in, like he walks in with a marker and he says hi and then goes straight to writing on my nose, and I'm backed up a little bit. I'm like, aren't you gonna find out like what do I want done to my nose? He then just kisses his teeth and be like, okay, what do you want? So we go into the bathroom so I can look in the mirror and explain to him what I want done to my nose. And I showed him my wish pic, which happened to be this picture, and he said that no, he can't do that because if I do that, my nose is going to turn up like this. And he showed me like a very botched picture of somebody's nose because he said that the nose that I was requesting was too small. So after I showed him my request and explained to him my request, he then proceeded to draw on my nose. And then I told him how much I admire him and how much I love his work, and how I have a lot of ladies looking to come to Turkey to have surgery by him. And then he was like, you see, you make me nervous. I don't like that. That's what he said to me. But then we continued to talk. It was me, Dr. Bora, his assistant, and Daniela. We continued to talk and we're having a good time. Daniela makes a joke, and then Dr. Bora is going to be like, see, I like you, but you not so much. And he said that to me. He said that he don't like me that much. And I'm like, is he for real? That was the end of that situation. I didn't say anything. I just really wanted him to do my nose. So I didn't say anything. And we said goodbye, and he said he'll see me in the surgery room, and then he exit out of the room. And that was it with Dr. Bora. Now back to the money situation. I'm going to speed this video up because I don't want this to be a very long video. I want you guys to get all the information because it's very important that you know this information. So once Dr. Bora left the room, I proceeded to text my brother, asking if he can help me out and send me $5,000. My brother's well off, so I knew he had the money and I knew he could have sent it to me. But keep in mind, it's 10 a.m. in Turkey, but in New York it's 3 a.m. and everybody's sleeping, and nobody's gonna wake up in the middle of the night and send me $5,000. I have to like explain to them the situation and whatnot. But long story short, I was not able to get the $5,000. I was like really heartbroken, and I thought that they was going to do it regardless because I did have $2,000 that I can pay right then and there, and they can use that as like kind of like a collateral. I came all the way to Turkey for you to do my nose. I don't know anybody out here, so you think I'm just gonna pay $2,000 and run away. Like, you guys are paying for my hotel, you guys are paying for my transportation. So unfortunately they had to cancel my surgery. And when I tell you they were pissed, Dr. Bora wife, she got so upset. Like, she didn't like get crazy with me. Like, I knew she was upset. Like, she kept on pacing the room. Like, she was really upset. I felt really bad. I felt really scared. Like, I have no money, these people are upset. So what they did next is where I kind of knew that these people are really like business people. So since I was with Daniela and Daniela was supposed to have surgery the next day, they end up taking Daniela money during my whole situation was going on, because I think they felt that we were like BSing them. So they end up just taking Daniela money. And then once they took Daniela money, that was it. Dr. Bora wife, she just left. So I then got a text from Dr. Bora assistant, and she said that I have until midnight to pay the money or I won't have surgery. And I was like, okay, no problem. Like, I was gonna pay you guys regardless, no problem. And my brother, he agreed to send me the money. So I just had to wait a few hours and my brother sent me the money. But by the time my brother sent me the money, of course it was too late. The surgery was already canceled. And right now it was about like 6 p.m. Turkish time once I finally got the money. He sent it to me instead of sending it to directly to Dr. Bora. I think if he had sent it directly to Dr. Bora, it would have been easier. But keep in mind, I did not want to share with any of my family that I was getting surgery done in Turkey. So I asked him to send it to me. So he sent me the $5,000 through Western Union. And then you guys are not going to believe what happened next. So I tried to get the money from Western Union. And unfortunately, I was not able to get the money because my brother did not include my middle name, and for some reason, once I went to pick up the money, I had to have my middle name included in the pickup process. Because on my passport, everybody think my middle name is a part of my first name. So the person at Western Union said I could not get the money. So I'm like, damn. And keep in mind, it's late in Turkey now. It's late and I have until midnight to pay them if I want to have surgery. So I could not get the money in time. So midnight passed. It's now the next day. And today is the day Daniela is going to have surgery. So Daniela, she has surgery. And I end up finally getting the Western Union money. And I finally was able to send Dr. Bora assistant the money at 9 a.m. Like, literally once Daniela was going into surgery, I finally was able to send the money to them. At 9 a.m. the following day, I sent it to them. So I messaged Dr. Bora assistant. I sent you guys the money. Can you guys schedule me to have surgery? And this is when my heart dropped. Like, I started going crazy. I started to have a panic attack. Good thing I was in the hospital. She messaged me and said, unfortunately, no. Dr. Bora do not want to work with you anymore. We are kicking you out of the hospital and kicking you out of the hotel. You are responsible for finding your own place. And also, we are no longer providing you transportation to the airport. So you have to find transportation by yourself. And I start having a panic attack. And I'm like, I sent you guys the money. You guys have the money now, and now you guys are telling me that you are canceling everything and you don't want to work with me anymore. You guys have the money now. So so that's it? That's it, guys? Really? I started having a panic attack. I'm like, they stole my money. They took everything from me. They're kicking me out of the hotel. They're kicking me out of everywhere. Like, I have nowhere to go. I'm having a crazy panic attack. But come to find out, I was overreacting as always. They actually said that they did not pick up the money from Western Union, so I can go back to Western Union and get the money back. So I didn't see that in the text, and it's because normally when I get a long message, I just read like the last 3 sentences, because normally that's the most important part. So I just read that. I did not see the part where they said that I can go pick up the money at Western Union. So I end up getting back the money. and Dr. Bora said he don't want to work with me anymore. Like, everything was just going bad for me, and it was kind of like a sign that I was not supposed to have surgery by Dr. Bora. But at the same time, Dr. Bora did me wrong. Dr. Bora and his assistant did me wrong. That's not the only thing Dr. Bora did to me. He actually did more, but we're gonna get into that in a second. But like, the way that they did it is like really messed up. Like, they know my situation, they know I lost all my things, and they know that I have nowhere to go and I have no money, and I'm literally stranded in Turkey. And now they're telling me that they're kicking me out of everything. They're kicking me out of the hospital, they're kicking me out of the hotel, they're not taking me back to the airport, like, and I have nothing. So what I end up doing, I end up asking Daniela if I can stay with her. Daniela had surgery, by the way. She had a very successful surgery. So I asked Daniela, once we leave the hospital, if I can stay with her. And then come to find out, at the hotel, if you want a second person to stay with you, it's an extra fee. She then messaged Dr. Bora assistant and said that C is now staying with me and she is now turning into my guest. I am no longer a patient. Daniela wanted to know how much extra it would be for me to stay, because like I said before, the hotel charges a little bit more money for a second person to stay. Now, this is what Dr. Bora and his team said. For C to stay is going to be an extra $250 US for me to stay. $250 US extra for me to stay. And I'm like, Turkey is not this expensive. There's no way that just for me to stay in this room for another week it's going to be $250 US. Hell no. So I ran downstairs to the front desk and I asked them, I was like, excuse me, how much extra would it be for me to stay in room 407? And they told me, oh, it's going to be $50 US for another person to stay. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. So Dr. Bora and his team is really charging me $250 US for me to stay with Daniela. Meanwhile, the hotel is charging an extra $50 US for me to stay with Daniela. So I'm like, Dr. Bora and his team is really trying to rip me off. Like, I couldn't believe this. I was really upset. Like, I really admire these people, but come to find out, like, these people are really scam artists. So this like really opened up my eyes a lot. Like, Dr. Bora is strictly business. And on top of that, I noticed something else. Once I came back from Turkey, I came back to New York, I noticed that a lovely lady that I follow on Instagram was going back to Turkey to have a revision by Dr. Bora, because Dr. Bora did her surgery the first time and she didn't like something, so she went back again to have surgery with Dr. Bora. So this is what Dr. Bora does. You guys may not know this, but I know this for a fact. Dr. Bora, he will not botch you. Dr. Bora will not botch you unless you ask for like a super small nose. Then he will botch you, and that will be your fault. But Dr. Bora won't botch you. I guarantee you 100% Dr. Bora won't botch you. And this is because he does closed rhinoplasty, and what he does to your nose, he like fixes like one or two things of your nose. Like, he reduce your nostril and he probably give you a bridge. Dr. Bora will not botch you, but you will leave the surgery table 85% satisfied. You will not be 100% satisfied. There's something on your nose that you will not like. I think Dr. Bora does this because he is a businessman and he wants you to come back to Turkey to have surgery again with him. So he will not leave you 100% satisfied. He will not. And I'm not just saying that because he does not want to work with me. This is based off my research and actually experiencing Dr. Bora and how he moves. He will not leave you satisfied. And like many of you guys told me before, why are you spending all this money to just leave with the same nose? You will leave with the same nose and he will not deliver 100%. Like, you'll be 85% more happier, but not 100%. So I want you guys to understand that. I'm not saying Dr. Bora is not a good doctor, because he is, but he is a businessman, not a doctor. Dr. Bora is a good businessman. He will make you 85% happy so you can come back to Turkey to have surgery again. Promise you. So with that being said, guys, if you want to see what Dr. Bora is about, go ahead. But don't say I did not warn you. I was very thankful that I had a very flexible ticket with Delta. So I was able to change my departure date and stay a little bit longer in Turkey, because I said I am not leaving Turkey and not having surgery. I came all the way to Turkey. I am not leaving Turkey without having surgery. So, and I was thankful that I had another beautiful friend that was coming to Turkey to also have surgery. Not with Dr. Bora, but she was coming all the way from Hawaii to come to Turkey to have surgery. Who has a beautiful, amazing recovery home that she offered for me to stay in her recovery home. So I did a lot of research, and I picked another doctor. I didn't want to, because I really wanted Dr. Bora to work on my nose, but unfortunately he didn't want to work with me. He kicked me out. So I had to find another doctor. So in my next Surgery Friday video, I'll be sharing with you guys my doctor who performed my rhinoplasty. And then the video after that, the following Friday, I will be revealing my nose. My nose is getting smaller and smaller and looking better and better every day. So in 2 weeks, I think I'll be ready to reveal my nose. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We'll see you guys next Friday on Surgery Friday.